At this time, I invite President John Garvey, the 15th President of the Catholic University of America, and Dean Payne to escort Judge Barbara Lagoa, our commencement speaker, to the center stage of the altar. I also invite Professor Mark Rienzi to the podium to read the citation for Judge Lagoa.
The late Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia once said, "I think it is up to the judge to say what the Constitution provided, even if what it provided is not the best answer, even if you think it should be amended. If that's what it says, that's what it says." It is this reverence for the law, this judicial humility, for which we honor Judge Barbara Lagoa today. Judge Lagoa was appointed to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals in 2019 by President Donald Trump and confirmed by the United States Senate. Prior to that, she had become the first Hispanic woman and first Cuban-American woman appointed to the Florida Supreme Court. Judge Lagoa rose to that position after having served on Florida's 3rd District Court of Appeal since 2006, concluding her tenure there as Chief Judge. Before she was appointed to the bench, Judge Lagoa practiced with the international law firm of Greenberg Traurig, where she handled cases in a variety of commercial and employment contexts. Following her time in private practice, Judge Lagoa joined the United States Attorney's Office as Assistant United States Attorney for the Southern District of Florida in 2003. During that time, she drew cases from the civil, major crimes, and appellate sections, and her work included numerous criminal and jury trials, as well as appeals. A Miami native, Judge Lagoa attended Florida International University, where she earned a Bachelor of Arts cum laude in English in 1989. She was a member of the Phi Kappa Phi Honor Society. She received her Juris Doctor from Columbia University School of Law in 1992, where she served as associate editor of the Columbia Law Review. In addition to her many legal accomplishments, Judge Lagoa is a dedicated member of her community. She has served on the board of directors for the YWCA of Greater Miami-Dade County. She has also served on the board of Christie House, a children's advocacy center dedicated to eradicating child abuse and child sex trafficking. She has received numerous awards and honors, including the Judicial Leadership Award from the National Hispanic Bar Foundation, the Rosemary Barquette Award for Judicial Excellence from the American Inns of Court, the Florida International University Medallion of Honor Outstanding Alumna Award, and Women Making History Miami-Dade Chapter Florida Association of Women Lawyers. At a press conference for her appointment to the Florida Supreme Court, Judge Lagoa said this of her judicial philosophy: "I am particularly mindful of the fact that under our constitutional system, it is for the legislature and not the judges to make the law. It is the role of judges to apply, not to alter, the work of the people's representatives. And it is the role of judges to interpret our Constitution and statutes as they are written." For her distinguished career as a lawyer and jurist and her dedicated service to her community, the Catholic University of America is proud to bestow upon Judge Barbara Lagoa the degree Doctor of Law, honoris causa. President Garvey, please come to the podium to confer the honorary degree.
By virtue of the authority committed to me as President of the Catholic University of America, I'm pleased to confer upon Judge Lagoa the honorary degree for which she has been presented, as recommended by me and authorized by the Board of Trustees. Congratulations, Your Honor.
Thank you, President Garvey, Provost Dominguez, and Dean Payne for inviting me to speak here today. And thank you for conferring this award, this honorary degree on me. I am deeply, deeply humbled by this invitation and this honorary degree. Good morning to the Associate Deans, faculty, university and law school administrators, trustees, alumni, family, friends, and of course, the class of 2022. It's such an honor and a privilege to be here with you on this day of celebration. Today is a celebration for Catholic University's Columbus School of Law's class of 2022. A day to recognize your achievements and celebrate reaching the finish line and obtaining your law degree. You can't sue anyone yet though, okay? You haven't passed the bar. But while I recognize that we're here to applaud those of you who will be receiving your Juris Doctorate degrees, I would be remiss not to recognize those who share also in the graduate's glory. And I refer, of course, to the parents, the spouses, and the significant others who've helped you reach this milestone. Congratulations to you as well. Now remember, though, that they still have to study for the bar, so good luck with that. Graduations are unique among the milestones of our lives. They celebrate our past accomplishments while also anticipating our future. And the future at times can be quite surprising. As some of you may know, I'm the product of the Catholic parochial school system. And trust me, that little girl who attended Immaculate Conception Elementary School in Hialeah, Florida, would not have believed that she would be here today, presenting a commencement speech in this beautiful and sacred basilica dedicated to Our Lady, the Blessed Virgin Mary, the patroness of the United States under her title of the Immaculate Conception. I'm occasionally asked by law students and young lawyers, what's your formula for success? The short answer, of course, is there is no formula. So much depends on the working of providence in your life. But there are 6 points I'd like to highlight today that I believe will help you succeed in both your personal and professional lives. 1, change is inevitable. When I graduated from law school, I had everything planned out. My roadmap to success was in place. All I had to do was execute on it. Very simple. But I was wrong. I was very wrong. Because change in life is inevitable. My life did not follow the path that I mapped out for myself when I was 24. There have been many highs, but there have also been many challenges that I could not have foreseen when I started out as a young woman in the law. Life is not a straight line. Today, your life will change. While you still need to study for the bar, by this same time next year, most of you will be practicing lawyers, or perhaps you'll be using your law degree in a different way, in business, politics, real estate, perhaps teaching. The one certainty that you all share today is change. But inevitably, you will all be confronted by something that forces you to change your plans, something that forces you to adapt, reverse course, or regroup. The question then is, how do you handle change when it happens? The good news is that you, the class of 2022, have a head start on that, adapting to change. To say that you've been through a lot while earning your law degree is sort of an understatement. You navigated a once-in-a-100-year pandemic. You adapted to online classes, to limited social interactions, to a depressing news cycle, all while handling rigorous and demanding legal studies. The fact that you're here today receiving your diploma is a testament to your character and your ability to handle adversity. Until you are tested by adversity, you will not know the true test of your character. And character is often destiny. As Winston Churchill said, plans are of little importance, but planning is essential. So take your strength of character and your ability to adapt to unforeseen change and incorporate them into your planning going forward. As I said, you already have a leg up on that. Be ready to face the next chapter of your life because you adapted to change and forged ahead to get to where you are today. You are a strong group. This brings me to my second point. Appreciate the present. This is your moment. You've made it through so much in the last 3 years. Take a step back and appreciate this moment and all that you've accomplished. Too often, law school, law careers, and life in general is centered on reaching for the next brass ring. It becomes far too easy not to appreciate the present, the here and the now. That's a natural tendency. 4 years ago, you were focused on getting into law school. Then in law school, you were focused on getting good grades, writing on a journal, getting a summer internship, or all of the above. This tendency to focus on the next prize will continue after school ends. We live in a competitive society and in a very competitive profession. You'll soon be focused on getting a judicial clerkship, a promotion, making partner, landing the next best deal, landing the next case. All of that is completely understandable. Indeed, we're human, subject to temptation. But I'm here to ask you today to acknowledge or at least try to resist the constant hunt for the next best thing. Today, and in other moments of your life, step back and appreciate your present. Don't lose sight of the present for the future. Take a moment to look around this beautiful space. Soak it in. You are only in this moment once. This is a beautiful space. Look at it. It's absolutely stunning. This brings me to my third point. The race is long. Towards the end of his life, St. Paul wrote, "I have competed well, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith." Ancient words with such relevance to our contemporary lives. The practice of law, like life, is a marathon, not a sprint. I realized during my first job out of law school that there is no easy way to get from point A to point B. There are no shortcuts in our profession. It requires commitment, hard work, patience, and perseverance. So hone your skills. Take the time to learn your craft. Find mentors to train you in your legal skills and your professional responsibilities. And with regards to professional responsibilities, remember that reputation is everything. And once you lose it, it's gone. Trust me when I tell you that judges know that when certain lawyers tell us it's raining outside, we do not need to look out the window to make sure. And never, never let anyone limit you. That is such a waste of your time. And even in a marathon, you do not need to waste your time. And don't waste your time living someone else's life. Be true to yourself, listen to your gut, and follow the path that is right for you. So compete well, finish the race, and keep the faith. This brings me to my fourth point. Be strong. Fortitude is one of the gifts of the Holy Spirit. Firmness in difficulties and constancy in the pursuit of the good. Or as Saint Pope John Paul II said often, be not afraid. As a lawyer, don't be afraid to go outside of your comfort zone and do something you're not ready to do. You'll learn a great deal about yourself by pushing and challenging yourself. You may learn that you can do something you didn't think you could, or you may learn what your limits are. Both are valuable lessons. But you will only learn them if you have the strength to take that step in the first place and keep pushing yourself through your career. And don't be afraid to take risks or chances because you think you might fail or you think the timing is imperfect. I'm here to tell you, timing is never perfect. And life has no guarantees. Sometimes when the door opens, it only opens once, and you can't be afraid to go through. At some point, especially if you're pushing yourself, the law of averages predicts that you will fall. When you stumble, remember this: there is no such thing as failure. Failure is just a course adjustment. I have learned the most from my defeats. My biggest legal defeat taught me a valuable lesson about the paramount importance of the rule of law that has served me well today. This brings me to my fifth point. Be kind. It's easy for us lawyers to think very highly of ourselves. After all, we've made it through 7 years of higher education. We wear suits, we carry briefcases, and some of us wear robes. And some of that can lead to bad behavior. Many lawyers experience cases where extensions of time are routinely opposed, nasty letters exchanged, and discovery disputes drag on unnecessarily. We all know this is not how professional life should be, but it seems harder to discern a path from what is to what should be. Try to remind yourself, even when it's difficult, of the dignity of each human being, even your most difficult opposing counsel. And remember that none of us is perfect, and that we ourselves can contribute or exacerbate a difficult situation sometimes. So don't forget to step back, take a breath, and be kind. It will pay dividends. And finally, my sixth point. Say yes. The beauty about the law is that every case is different, and every subject area has its own doctrines to master. As a judge, I get the benefit of handling cases that range from free speech to securities regulation, from religious freedom to federalism, from civil procedure to search and seizure. I love the variety and I love the challenge. And I believe the same is true for all of you. You are an intellectually curious bunch, and you chose the law because you're hungry to learn. And law school teaches you how to think about problems in a particular way. Don't lose that curiosity when you leave the gates of this university. Say yes to new types of work and new experiences in the law. And while many of you may have an idea of what you want to do, some of you may be 100% certain that you want to be federal public defenders, or you want to be prosecutors. And some of you are certain that you want to do transactional work. Whatever you think you want to do now, please don't forget to say yes. Say yes to new opportunities that present themselves. You may find that when you say yes, you may end up liking and may actually be good at that new opportunity. So say yes. I know it sounds very simple, almost simplistic, right? But I will tell you that when I received this invitation to speak at this commencement ceremony, I almost said no. I can't. I'm too busy. I have so much work. There's no possible way that I can do this. And as my law clerk, Cooper Godfrey, who's here today, can verify, this is the first time in a long time that I've had a break, a small respite from caseload. But then I realized you need to be open to saying yes. Yes to new opportunities, yes to new experiences. And then I learned where I would be giving this commencement speech. We are gathered here today in this cathedral that is dedicated to the woman who said yes. So there you have it, class of 2022. 6 points to live by. Change is inevitable. Appreciate the present. Remember, the race is long. Be strong, be kind, and say yes. If you remember just those 6 things, I promise you that you will turn out just fine in life and as a lawyer. I wish you all much success and happiness. Remember, there's no definitive roadmap to success. Ultimately, it's about judgment and choice. God bless you all. Go forth and set the world on fire.